By hearing this, Yan gets so angry he takes out his dagger and uses his dark hunt skill and slashes the neck of Roman in a second and kills him. "Hey, why aren't you saying anything?" Roman said. By hearing this, Yan get out of his thought in which he is killing Roman. Roman says if he is so scared that he cannot utter a single word. He also tells Yan that Yan should now start begging him and he might show him some kindness and keep his secret. From the inspectors, Yan then speaks up and said he wouldn't do that and tells Roman that he would say anything to the inspectors. Roman then asked why he thinks that he won't tell the inspectors. Yan replied that the reason he won't tell the inspectors is because he loathes the special inspectors more than he does. And the reason he knows it is because of the rebellion he does against the instructor commander, even though he would have died there, and the strong determination for escaping this place. Yan also said that he is the one who is more willing to escape this place than him, and as the only escape route is the tunnel, will he really tells this to the instructors. By hearing this, Roman says to Yan that he is extraordinary, and the first time he fight with him, he understands that he could have killed him if he wanted, and after that he could figure him out among the others trainees, as he has a certain unique scent. After that, Yan asked Roman how did he find that he is digging a tunnel. Roman replied that he figures it out by his footprints. Yan gets confused and asked to explain it. The training center is mostly made of granite, but I discovered weird footsteps that contained lime powder, and the width and size of the stride were the same as yours, Roman Siad. By hearing this, Yan gets surprised to see that Roman gets to secret only by this small amount of clues. He then says to Roman that he is sharper than he looks. Roman gets confused and couldn't decide if it is compliment or not. As Yan was leaving, Roman tells Yan to tell him about his escape plan and where the tunnel leads to and what is the probability of escaping. By hearing this, Yan asked Roman if he is asking this because he want to escape together with him. Roman replied that he can't answer that now since he need time to think about it too. Yan advises Roman to stay here in this place. As he is skilled, he should be able to climb to a better place in about 10 years. Yan also asked Roman that what will happen to those he is trying to protect, and now they are in a situation that they cannot even guarantee their survival, and the persons he is protecting now will still be around him in 10 years' time. Yan then says to Roman that he has to decide now, as they have no time, and if he joins him, they will not be here the day after tomorrow. Roman then asked Yan if he had a plan after he escaped this place. Yan replied he has one. Roman then asked Yan to tell him the plan. Yan says the difference between their ranks is 962 places. If they escape, the instructors will definitely go after Roman first. Roman says to Yan, just like you said, the both of us won't be here the day after tomorrow because he will be in his grave. Yan then praises Roman for being able to think so far in a short amount of time. Yan also says Roman to not complain so much as he is also taking a huge risk. He then asked Roman what he will do. Roman thinks a bit and says he will take the bait. The instructor commander tells all the trainee who have gathered at night that he gathered all of them as he has an announcement to make. The instructor tells everybody to see this night meeting as a positive thing, as he has some good news to share. Meanwhile, Yan thinks today this announcement is about the test details. The instructor then enlightened them by saying the new test date had been confirmed, and it will held in a specific location, and if anyone manages to survive one entire week, he would pass the test, and the location for the test will be the Blade Mountain Rangers. For Yan, it was as he predicted. In the past, there was an adventurer named Nilfra, who knew that a medicinal herb that could cure his mother's sickness grew in the Blade Mountain Ranges. So he went there and he promises his mother he would find the herb and cure her. After that, a tragedy occurred. Nilfra's mother was fortunate, as she never knew what happened to her son until her last breath. mountain ranges contained numerous monsters and were known to be a prohibited area, even within the empire. It starts with gobbling appearing, and the deeper you go, the more dangerous the monsters will be. From large demi-human that were rarely spotted, to humongous monsters that only appeared in stories, such monsters would appear in the Blade Mountain ranges. Besides that, there were also monsters that the world still didn't know about. The world is still in the midst of discovering those monsters, and the monster that lives in the deepest part of the mountains, you will also encounter that being. The instructor finishes the story by saying he would be happy to see how many of the insects would die there next week for the test. In the meantime, a man comes to the eye interview with a report about a contract, and he need to go there, which made the instructor quite upset. The instructor dismissed the trainee and goes with the man. Jan didn't expect the instructor to finish the meeting so abruptly, while Jan realizes that this test would be hard for low-ranking trainee, and the high-ranking trainee will be protected by the instructors. For the moment, an announcement occurs saying to step aside as the Miss Lorena is making a presence. While passed through, Miss Lorena glares at Jan, saying she would wait in anticipation for Jan. Jan thinks the situation will get more complicated than he expected and make a pause in his decision, as he will get out of here soon. Jan asked Roman did he give a report on the test situation to the Emperor before the first test starts. While he hates seeing any of the people in the palace, he can't go against the imperial order. With this, the main obstacle for Jan's escape is gone, and tonight he and Roman will escape. At night, when the instructor is roll-calling everyone, he comes in front of Jan's cell and call out his roll as Jan is responding. The instructor tells Jan to not delay and respond quickly. 2 hands from the instructor's back appears and crack his neck. Jan, Roman, and 2 others has come and kills the instructor as their first task of getting out of this place. After finishing the instructor, Jan tells the others to hide the body properly so that no one can find it. The other 2 trainees that joined Jan and Roman in their escaping mission are Jake and Todd. Jake and Todd hide the body quickly as according to Jan's orders. Roman then says to Jan that he bought this too as per his orders. Jan asked Roman if the 2 of them are competent or not. Of course they are. Roman replied. Roman then asked Jan if he has plans to use these 2 trainees as a bait. There's no way I'd ask you to bring 2 people if that was my intention, Jan said. As they were walking, the Jake and Todd hears this conversation and tells Jan that they will not be death weight and they have come here prepared to lose their lives. Jan understands it and tells everyone to stay quiet as it will. A lot of trouble if they get caught by someone who has a very high listening power. After walking for a while, they comes in front of a huge red gate. Jan says that he needed 2 more people for opening this gate as it cannot be opened by a single person. Jan then says in order to go from our dorms to the abandoned area's toilet. We need to open these doors, but to open these doors, 2 pressure plates need to be stepped on, and the switch outside that controls the door must be pulled firstly. 2 of us will step on the pressure plates. After the other 2 go across, they will pull the switch and fix it in place. Then, the 2 from the switches will cross over, after hearing the words of Jan. Everyone understands how to open this gate and escape from this. Jan replied that they should stay here until he gives a signal after that. Jan and Todd goes through the red gate. It's been a while they have gone, and a single signal was given by Jan as time was passing by. Roman gets tensed, and after a few minutes the red gate also shuts by. Seeing this, Roman gets totally confused and moves towards the gate, and by hiding the gate he shouts Jan's name. As there is no response, he thinks that Jan has left him behind. He also shouts at himself for not understanding that Jan would betray him. While he was cursing Jan, he heard a voice which says, "Have you gone senile?" By hearing this, Roman asked if it is Jan. The red gate then starts to open, and Jan says to Roman, "That didn't." He told him to wait, and he cannot even do that. Jan was covered with blood, and by seeing blood on Jan's face, Roman asked him, "What has happened? And if Todd is okay?" Jan replied that both of them are okay, and an unexpected situation has arisen, which made him so late to open the gate. Roman asked Jan about the unexpected situation. As they passes the tunnel and gets to the other side to the room, Roman gets shocked, and Jan tells him that he tried feeding sleeping pills, but it didn't work, so he had to fought and kill it, so it took him some time. It was Great Wolf that, by seeing this, Roman asked Jan if he alone killed the Great Wolf. Jan says yes and tells them that they need to move quickly and get out of here. After that, the escape went as planned. Using the passageway that Jan dug in the abandoned toilet, they could see the area outside of the training center. They safely gets out of the tunnel and steps to the ground. Jan then moves towards the cliff and tries to sense for the presence of other, but he couldn't find any presence of other people in the area. He thinks they, the instructors, had probably just found out about their escape, and the pursuit squad should already be on the move. Roman then goes to Jan and tells that if he knew escaping was this easy, he couldn't waste his time in the special training center. Jan then looks at the moon and says that they have taken way too long. Roman then asks to Jan if they are done once. They gets out of this place. Jan tells them to not let their guard down. As this is just the start, Jan then takes out the pendant and opens it, and by seeing the picture, he thinks that this is the start of the journey to get everything back. Jan then tells everyone to stop and listen to him carefully, as they have no time to waste. Jan says that they are in the middle of the Atrian Forest, and the Atrian Forest is made of sequoia trees. It's located near the front of the Empire's northern mountain ranges. As they are in the center of the forest, they need to run 2 days to get out of the forest. Roman then stops Jan and says, "Wouldn't it be good to hide in the forest? As the sequoia trees are tall, they can hide among them." Jan agrees that there are lots of places to hide in the forest, but there are also dangerous monsters roaming around those places, and the tracking hounds of the instructors will find them in no time. Even they are well hidden, and there will be around 20 members in the pursuit team, and if they get caught, their game will be over. So in order to increase their chance of escaping, they need to disperse and split up the pursuit team. In order to do that, they have to go different ways, and the pursuit team will have no choice but to split up. Jan then says that they just need to shake off 5 members of the pursuit squad each. Roman then gets angry and says that he will be the bait, as he is a high-ranked trainee. The probability of all the pursuit team members chasing after him is high. Jan then says to Roman that now he is complaining, and tells him why did he train so hard and get to the higher level. Jan then says, the 4 of them runs together. The pursuit squad will catch all of them, so they have to run separately so that at least one of them can escape safely. Jan then asked if anyone have any questions, and if they has none, he tells to run them in separate directions. As everybody is about to run, Jake thanks Jan for letting him escape this hellish place. He removes his hoodie and tells Jan that he will definitely repay him when he meets him in the future. At first, Jan thought of Jake as a normal trainee, but after seeing him, he gets that he is not, as he also has a story for getting out of this place. That sounds stupid. I don't even want to meet you guys again, Roman said. By hearing this, Jan looks at Roman and said that all this time he acted like a dependable captain, and now he is acting so cold-heartedly. Roman replied, "That's not what he means." He then says, the only time the 4 of them will meet is when they all get caught, and he doesn't want this, as he wishes all of them to escape safely. Jan understands Roman's thought and says that it is right and wishes the others not to meet again. Jan then tells After that, the 4 of them runs at full speed at 4 different directions. As Jan starts to run, and after passing some distance, he uses his divine dragon's breathing mobility, arts wind flap, and gets on the top of a huge tree. As he gets on the tip of the tree, he gets tired and blames for having such a fragile body. He also finds it hard to maintain the divine dragon's breathing, even though the technique itself is efficient. But he also thinks he glad that he is able to make up for this lacking body that doesn't even have mana flowing within it with body-strengthening techniques. Jan remembers his past self and thinks he is pathetic. He was the commander of the 5th Special Force, a man who is known for being the best at tracking, assassination, and spying. Jan also gets curious about the level of the Pursuit Squad and wants to test them and compare which ears Pursuit Squad is the best. After that, we can see 2 instructors were talking about Pursuit Team, and one of them tells that they have to get a new before the crazy-ass commander returns. As he was saying it, the commander has arrived and places a hand on his shoulder and says that would be impossible as he has already returned. By seeing the commander, the instructor gets scared. The commander then says him to relax as this happens. The instructor starts to beg the commander for misspoking about him. The commander's underling stops, and the other instructor and the commander starts to walk with the instructor and tells him that people even curse at the emperor when he is not around. The commander then asked if he is one of the instructors who is in charge of the trainee dormitories. The instructor replies he is and tells the commander to relax, as the Pursuit Team will surely capture them. By hearing this, the commander asked him how will the Pursuit Team will do that. The instructor didn't get him and asked his pardon. The commander then gets angry and pushes the shoulder of the instructor, and the instructor's feet gets crushed and he falls on the ground. You didn't even know that they were planning an escape, nor did you know that they dug an escape route. You didn't know that they had stolen items needed for their escape, the commander said. The instructor begs the commander to spare his life and to give him a second chance. The commander then steps on the instructor's head and tells that he doesn't have anything like that for him, and he also knows who is behind him. By saying this, he crushes the head of the instruct. In the morning, on the Atrian Forest, the Pursuit Squad Team 3 is following the tracks of an escaped trainee and is rushing towards him. The leader of the team tells the other two to stop. The other 2 then ask the leader if there is something wrong and if the tracks of the trainee disappeared. The leader's name is Kelly. Kelly removes the mask and replied that the tracking is going too smoothly, that it feels so unnatural. The other 2 members of the Team 3 are Jair and Anderi. Jair said that the tracking should be going smoothly as the trainee. Their tracking is number 974. Anderi tells the leader to stop suspecting on everything as they tracked the footprints from the cliff, and also discovered tracks here. The leader then doubts himself for overthinking, but he cannot get out from the uneasy feeling he is having. At that time, it starts to fog, so the leader tells the 2 of them to quickly go and catch the trainee before he hide in the fog. While they are walking, Jair said that their job is easy as they have to capture the number 974. He also feels bad for the team that goes to catch the number 12, as they will be having a hard time. Anderi said that, what's so hard on catching a trainee? Jair then asked Anderi for his number when he was a trainee. As he says this, Jan come from his behind and takes him up to the tree and killed him. After that, as Anderi is about to tells his number, Jan appears from behind a tree with a dagger on his hand and stabs it on Anderi and kills. Now, only one pursuit member is remaining. That is Kelly. After a while, Kelly looks back and he was shocked as he didn't see any of his team members. He gets confused as the 2 of them disappeared without a sound in a short amount of time. He then thinks if the uneasy feeling he is having has something to do with this. But he cannot understand it as it is impossible for even a number 12 trainee to take on an instructor. And how come a number 974 do it? While he was thinking it, Jan's hands approaches him from above. He notices it and used his sneak attack spiral slash and cuts down the tree in front of him and shout that this type A attacks will not work on him. In that moment, a wire comes and wraps around his neck and pulls him. Kelly was totally caught. He then thinks that the footprints and the pieces of clothes were not tracks, as they were baits laid out to catch them. Kelly then asked Yan how a number 974 can kill 3 instructors. Yan didn't answer anything and finishes him quickly. Yan then takes the knife of Kelly and sits on a tree branch and thinks that killing the pursuit team was easier than he thinks, and he should be able to fight without a problem if he used body-strengthening technique. Yan then thinks he need to get out of this forest before the fog swallows it whole. He spread the blood of the pursuit squad all over the area, so the hunting hounds will pick up the scent and come here, and it'll be easier for him to escape once he hide my scent. Yan then chews slime plant. Its fruit is poisonous, and the leaves have a strong stench. He crushed the leaves and smear it all over him, as even hounds hate this stench, so this will erase his scent. So they shouldn't be able to find him with this. You need to hurry up. Escaping will get tougher. The longer he dragged this out, even Yan wouldn't be able to get away if they encircled him and set up an inescapable trap. Yan then notices a black smoke coming from the place where Jake and Todd escaped. He thinks that they are idiots, as this will expose their locations. Yan wants to get to them, but he stops himself as he brought them along to use them as bait. It's actually better for Yan with them attracting attention. Like that, Yan then remembers about the time they spent together and rushed towards them, as it's probably more advantageous for them to be alive right now. He just need to get rid of those tracks before the pursuit squad finds them. While Yan was running, he feels goosebumps that ran across the back of my neck. He can feel it, the eyes of death that he felt on numerous battlefields. He also sensed that something is behind him and is watching him,